Just 2 more days of practice here left in Lincoln before Nebraska travels out to Minnesota. Hi, Sean Callahan with HuskerOnline.com. We caught up with defensive coordinator Tony White and special teams coordinator Ed Foley here as the Huskers get ready to travel to Minneapolis. And first and foremost, the topic of discussion for Tony White was the black shirts.
Yeah, it was just what we thought the 11 that we are anticipating going out there and starting. Didn't want to try to give out more or less, just say the 11 guys we anticipate starting is hanging up in those guys' locker and kind of go from there. Yeah. You could tell who they were because when they came out there, they were extra smile. I don't know if it was black shirt or the single digi, you know what I mean, because it kind of went hand in hand, but they were excited. And it's cool when you ask the young men about it, the first time they ever got one, and they're able to rattle it off like that. So it means something to them, and it was exciting to watch those guys yesterday walk into the indoor and then see it on them and have a smile on their face because I know they know what it means.
And White expanded on just some of the decisions on how he decided to go with the players he did for those black shirts.
Yeah, it was just what we thought the 11 that we are anticipating going out there and starting. Didn't want to try to give out more or less, just say the 11 guys we anticipate starting is hanging up in those guys' locker and kind of go from there. That's a week-to-week deal, You want to make it special. You want to keep guys competitive. You want to make sure that they understand, like, hey, this is something just like all of us, right? It's 1-0, win the rep right now. Let's concentrate on the day and represent what that's supposed to represent as of right now, and then we'll move forward with it. So,
coming out of camp, White has a lot of confidence in this defense and where it's at right now.
Yeah, I think they're anxious about this practice because we got some new stuff in, and we got this is the first Wednesday in-season practice before the game for us, right? So, seeing the mistakes from yesterday's practice, I think they're anxious about today right now, and Coach, starting at the top, Coach Rule and all the coaches being able to keep that mindset of, hey, it's win this rep right now. Let's concentrate on this moment because the game, it'll be there. We're going to get on the plane and we're going to show up and we're going to kick off at that time. But right now, the game means nothing if we don't handle today right. So
as for the Gophers, he knows this will be a challenging game physically.
Consistency. I mean, they know who they are and that's how they play. And I think that's a really big compliment when a team knows who they are and they know how they win. I mean, they rush for over 200 yards a game, throw for almost 200 yards a game. I mean, they play great defense. They play great special teams. They know who they are. And so when you watch them, they're going to do what they do. And so that's why it makes today important. The game will take care of itself, but that's what makes today important because we get a chance one more time, for the last time physicality-wise to prepare.
The leadership of Nebraska's defensive unit has also been a storyline here that's jumped out. Several of White's defensive players, in fact 8 overall out of 10, are wearing single-digit jerseys.
Yeah, I mean, that's a testament to a lot of people. That's a testament to them and what they represent, and then obviously buying in and adopting what the program is about, what Coach Rule preaches daily, what Coach Campbell preaches in the weight room. A lot of times you mistake the talk with the application. Coach talks about the adopting, and those guys were good guys. I mean, you look at it, those were low maintenance, blue collar young men who care about this place. So it's actually a treat to see them rewarded for it. And again, there's a lot of young men who, when it was voted upon, could have gotten those jerseys. So it's fun to watch those guys, and then for those other guys who got a lot of votes as well, it's something where now they're competing to try to get it later on, or all that kind of stuff. So
as for the special teams units, expect to see quite a bit of starters out there for Foley.
Well, it's great when you line it up, and because you don't even really notice it until you get out there and you got the punt teams all black shirt, or just about all black shirts. So, that's really cool. And the number of single digits that's out there that's playing, because we try to Coach Rule's always wanted to get the best players on that, on that team. So you look out there and you got 0, you got 2, you got 4, so 6. So you got a bunch of guys out there on that punt team that make you feel really good that the peers think that they're the best players on the team. So that's always really powerful for us on special teams.
Foley also got into some of the intricacies of the kicking game and what to expect here on Thursday.
We got some guys that can kick off, so I don't want him to have the pressure of the world on him to have to kick off every kick between his leg running down there. His job is going to be to be our punter. Timmy's kicked off and Tristan can do it. So like that job, I think you're going to see evolve throughout the course of the year. I'm not sure who's going to kick the first one, to be honest with you. It really depends on, what the situation will be. But, I think that's going to be one of those things that we're going to keep working on throughout the early part of the season.
Foley has never played a game in Minneapolis over his coaching career, so he's also looking forward just to getting a feel for the venue and how the ball will travel in an open-ended stadium.
But we will be out there looking at, what the wind patterns are. I've never coached a game in that stadium, but I can tell you, from all the places that I have coached, there have been some closed stadiums that have had a really kind of weird, Carolina was one of them, Philadelphia playing, coaching at Temple, where they were both closed, had kind of a swirling kind of weird wind to them. So I am looking forward to getting out there and getting out there early and kind of getting a feel for, what our game plan will be, particularly in the punt game with the wind.
And you just get the sense from talking to both guys like White and Foley, they're ready to play some football. Reporting here with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com.